Hey, how you doing, guys? Before we go through the routing on the camera cage itself, I want to talk about the cables because they're very relevant, just as much as the cage itself. And as far as the HDMI cables, they are all the hyper thin HDMI cables. They're very thin and flexible, make routing much easier. They're not too overly expensive, but they're definitely worth it. And I've got one full HDMI to full HDMI, and then two full HDMI to micro HDMI connections. And we're going to show you the routing of that in just a minute. Next, we're going to go to the Canon C100 cable itself. Now, I've got three items on the D-box, the shape D-box, and to the three items going to the 8 volt. I didn't want to really put three items at the same time because it would draw too much amperage, so that's why one of them I'm going from the D-tap to the Canon C100. It's like a dummy battery, and that provides I believe 7.2 volts. It also has, it says, a smart chip in here that when you open it up in the camera, it shows, kind of gives a simulated battery. I'm trying to think, simulated battery full, since it's a dummy battery. Now, I'm guessing this is with when you use the AC outlet. When it uses the battery, I think it actually coincides the level with the battery. In this case, it's from Shape, and it's kind of weird because it has a different shape battery. This is normally what you would normally see, which is a Canon, let me get the exact number, which is the BP series. In this case, it's the BP 955, and obviously it looks much different. This one actually looks more like this right here, which is actually, this is a NPF 570, which is actually a Sony type battery shape, as you can see, two together, but it just uses that shape itself. As you can see, the pins are very much like the Canon battery here on the top, so just kind of wanted to show you that for comparison. So we got that right there. Now this one here is a dummy battery as well, and it goes to the Atomos Ninja Star. And it just it doesn't provide any I'm trying to think of the word, voltage regulation. So whatever you put in here will come out at the same side. So you're going to make sure the voltage is correct, which I was on all of it. I don't like the way it's connected together. These are actually two different cables from here to the dummy battery, and they put this connector that actually connects them together. I am good at soldering electronics, so I may go in there and redo it to take this bulky cable out of the way. The next one we have is actually for the Teradek Cube. It goes from a LEMO, 2-pin LEMO connection to a barrel connector. It's also very handy if you have a SWIT battery that has a barrel connector on as well. You can buy those with the barrel connections, so you can run accessories off the Canon C100 battery as well. And I'm going to put that aside for now. Next is just a regular male-male connector that we use for the 12 volts going into the field monitor. Nothing special about that. We also had to get a Y connector, and I'm trying to think here. So I could connect it from the 8 volts connection out to two right here. One's going to be for the Atomos Ninja Star, and the other one goes to the Teradek Cube right here through the LEMO connection. And that's the all the cables that's for the build out, I kind of wanted to show you that just for information purposes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you the power routing as well as the HDMI cable throughout the Cage system. And keep in mind, this is more than likely to change because some of it's kind of clunky the way I have it for right now, and but I'll probably change it in the future. For the power requirements, we have a DTAP 18.8 volts reduced down to 7.2 volts for the Canon C100, 12 volts to the field monitor right there, and then 8 volts to the Atomos Ninja recorder, and also the Teradek Cube on the right. Wanted to talk a little bit more about the Teradek Cube, which is great for wireless audio and video to a mobile device. Give a chance for the directors and crew to see things from the camera's point of view, as well as it can record proxy files in 4 different codecs, and you can also stream this through the internet. Now we're going to track the path for the HDMI from the Canon C100. It goes into the Atomos Ninja Star ProRes recorder, and then it's outputted to the Field World 4K field monitor, and then it's outputted by HDMI from there into the Teradek Cube right there. And that's Teradek Cube has to be the last in the chain because it only has one input and no outputs. Well, that's the overview of the Canon C100 power and HDMI routing to the 3 different devices in the camera itself. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.